Hello and welcome everybody to another day of the Daily Antidote of Song. Thank you, David, for playing us into the room. Um, and it's great to be with you all today. This is a program of Carpe Diem Arts where we bring you one song every day at noon Eastern Time. I'm Jaden and today, and I'm really excited to get started. So, hello to everybody tuning in on the live stream. Welcome, welcome, wherever you're watching from. And hello to everybody in the Zoom room with us. Hi, Joe, coming in from New Hampshire, who's the creator of this program and supporting us on tech today. Thanks, Joe. And hi, David Roth, who we're going to hear more from very soon. Hello, Kevin in DC and Nancy. Welcome, Mabel and Two Bears in Massachusetts. Hi, Athena in Brooklyn, New York. And Deborah, who's wearing a costume. Maybe put your guesses in the chat about what it is. That's Deborah in Kentucky. Okay, love it. Yeah, I forgot to say happy Halloween. Happy Halloween, everybody. And hi, Barbara and Graham coming in. Welcome. Hello, Kathy in Denver and in Spring. Hi, Susan in Cincinnati and Grant Baldwin. Welcome. Hello to Dan in Vienna and Cricket in Silver Spring. Hello, Sheila, and maybe there's a witchy kitty nearby coming in from Florida. Hi, Kevin in New Hampshire and Anne in Nashville. Awesome mask. Hello, Kathleen in Albuquerque and Annette in California. Storm with a rainbow hat in Massachusetts, and hi, Sarah in Texas. And hello, Clive and Ruth in Birmingham, UK. Hello, Kim Sinclair. Welcome. Hi, Bonnie the Wizard in Idaho. And hello to Aloysius in Westford, Mass. And Sue in Seattle. Hello to Kat the Cool Cow of Vermont. And Caroline in DC. Hello, Linda Roth and Kate in Charlottesville. And hi, Fred in Silver Spring. Hello, Jenny Moreland and Gary Powell. Welcome, Hoda, BC, and Bob in Massachusetts. Hello to Leah Shepherd and Rainbow Lone Star. Hello to Lynn in Connecticut and Bronwyn in Victoria, BC. And hi to Lori Sefton and the Labyrinth Live, who's joining us today. Hello to Max and Nancy and your Irish cow. Hi, Jamie, coming in from Victoria, BC. Hi, Marcia Yale and Ann in Silver Spring and Moon in Alexandria and Dorothy Simpson. And welcome Don and Liana in Vermont. Hi, and Jane Lorenzen. And I think that's everybody. Lots of folks here today. We love to see it. I don't remember what day is today. We're past day 1300, which is amazing, of the Daily Antidote of Song. I know, me too, David. And without further ado, I'm just gonna welcome day 1304.
That's the year I was born.
Yeah. Well, I'd really like to welcome David Roth. What'd you say?
I said that's the year I was born.
That's you. Hi, how are you doing, David?
Jaden, it's good to see you again. How are you, dear?
Good, it's good to be with you.
Yeah.
Well, what song are you gonna bring us today?
Well, I actually, we're sneaking an extra song in, but I'll get to that later. But the song we're going to sing gives us an opportunity. I don't know how many of you have the chance to sing in Serbian or Russian as well as English, but that's what we're going to do today. And the song is new. I wrote this song with a group of 6 to 8-year-olds in New York City in September. I did a workshop in Manhattan for this 6th annual Village Trip Festival of Arts and Activism. And it was a 2-week festival, and I was their first ever kids program. A teacher brought me in and recommended me to them, and in spite of her recommendations, they hired me anyway to do songwriting with young kids. So I came up with this class called Songwriting to Save the World, and not a moment too soon. And my first group was 6 to 8-year-olds, and the next group was 9 to 12-year-olds. So we wrote this song, me and my 7 6 to 8-year-olds, and their parents or guardians were also there, so it became a 14-person co-write, or 13, I forget the exact number. But whenever you're in a room with me, no one sits around and watches. We just make the circle a little bigger, and everybody gets to participate. And this is what we wrote in a little over an hour, to our great delight. Now, one thing I'll say about 6 to 8-year-olds is they love hearing their name in a song, so you might hear some names in this song. And I really love this song. So what also happens in the singing of this song is we just said goodbye to the last of our international students about 15 minutes ago. We've had a young man from Kazakhstan living with us since May, and he's moving up to Boston to try to get his residency here. And our other student was from Serbia, Milena, who lived with us all summer. Last summer we had 2 Turkish girls, an Albanian girl and a Kazakhstan girl. And we love having these young kids. So after I wrote this song in New York City with these young kids, I asked Milena to translate the chorus into Serbian, and Sergio translated the chorus into Russian. And I've transliterated it for what will appear in the chat in this brand new song called One Beautiful World. So I'll take you through it, and it goes a lot like this. I kind of love this song, and I'll never forget working with those kids. Here's the chorus. One beautiful world. One beautiful world. Plants and animals, boys and girls in one beautiful world. Try with me, key of C, you instrumentalists. One beautiful world, same thing. One beautiful world. Plants and animals, boys and girls in one beautiful world. I'll also tell you that later on you'll hear the word strum. That was the nickname the kids gave my guitar. So the guitar also is in the song. Verse 1. Amy and Amy are here. 2 Amy's, can you believe it? Andrew and Andrew are 2. I just can't believe that either. Florence and James and Jim and Kurt are writing this song just for you, because it's one beautiful world. Let me hear you. One beautiful world. Plants and animals. Plants and animals. Boys and girls in one beautiful world. Maureen and Mia and Mike. Alliteration. Sloan and David and Strum. Bringing more music to the earth, bringing more laughter and fun. Where? To one beautiful world. You take the next line. Plants and animals, boys and girls in one beautiful world. All right, you ready to try a little Serbian? I'll do it once and you follow. Jedan prelepi svet. Same thing. Jedan prelepi svet. Bilke dziewutnia, dečazi dziewojčice. Jedan prelepi svet. Let's do that one again. Serbian. Jedan prelepi svet. Same thing, you take it. Bilka coming up. Bilka dziewutnia, dečazi dziewojčice. Jedan prelepi svet. Oh, that was too easy. Let's try Russian, all right? Один прекрасный мир. Один прекрасный мир. Растения, животные, мальчики, девушки. Один прекрасный мир. You tried in Russian. That's the easy part. I'll sing this one with you. Растения, животные, мальчики, девушки. Один прекрасный мир. Great job. I wanna see more naps in the world. More toys, more dogs, more cats, more ostriches, more smiles on giraffes. That's all I have to say about that, because it's one beautiful world. One beautiful world. Plants and animals, boys and girls in one beautiful world. In this last verse, I threw a line to the adults just so they could have one. See if you can tell which one. How about more snacks in the world? More sharing, more food for everyone. More caring, compassion, and joy. Living in harmony and love in one beautiful world. One beautiful world. Plants and animals, boys and girls in one beautiful world. Serbian. Wielkie żywotnie dzieciacy dwojczyce, jeden prelepi swe. Russian. Rastlinia żywotnia ma dziki dywuszki, один прекрасный мир. Plants and animals, boys and girls, boys and ghouls in one beautiful world.
Oh yeah, thank you. That is a beautiful song. And I love how much of a group effort it was putting it all together. That's awesome.
Oh, it was so much fun. The kids were great, and the parents were shocked, and it's kind of
Uh-huh.
so was I. But if you just go show up in a room somewhere and be open to what's possible, anything can happen.
Mm,
Yeah.
awesome. Have you worked with kids that young before? Yeah.
Yeah, I have actually. Over the years, I have not sought out work with kids, but they're just adults who haven't been layered over yet, or had their armor built around them quite so much. So, uh, it's a brilliant line when you just say your names. It's all good stuff. So I love working with kids. I remember the first time I had a really good offer was from a third grade teacher in New Jersey. Amy Blake is her name. She's a wonderful retired teacher now. And she had gotten some money from her school district out in Short Hills and was able to invite 6 songwriters to her elementary school. One for each grade. That includes kindergarten. So kindergarten, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And she said, "I'm giving you first choice, David. First of all, do you think we could do this?" I said, "Yes." And she said, "We want everybody to write a song on the theme of community." Beautiful. And she said, "Which grade do you want?" And I said, "Well, I want the fifth graders. I want the oldest ones. I want the most sophisticated, the ones with the greatest vocabulary, all this kind of stuff." She said, "You sure?" I said, "Oh, absolutely. Sounds great. Put me down." And she said, "Okay." And she hung up, and I called her back like 30 minutes later. I said, "You know what, Amy? I've been thinking about this," because I remembered that after third grades, kids were getting too cool for school, and seeing an old guy like me, like Burl Ives or a folk singer or whatever, walk in and to play, you know, for kids who had turned, to being too cool for this kind of stuff was maybe not in my best interest or theirs. So I said, "Amy, could you possibly hold me back in the third grade? I'd rather switch to third grade." And she said 3 words I'll never forget. She said, "Good decision, Dave." And it turned out to be a great decision. And I wrote a song that I put on one of my own albums called "We Belong Together." In fact, we sang that here on the Daily Antidote in one of my earlier versions, starting 2 years or so ago. Great song. And so that kind of empowered me to realize that, yeah, everything is possible. And the village trip folks were very thrilled with the results of our workshop. Probably be going back next year to expand on the program a little bit and get more people involved. Very much fun. So, long answer to short question. Yeah, I can
Great.
work with kids. I love to. I don't try to fill my calendar up with it, but I love the
Mm,
opportunity when it comes along.
yeah. Well, that That's awesome, and it's a really fun song.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially
Um,
these days. I mean, gosh, to even write anything seems superfluous. I've been looking on the internet for this sounds kind of funny, but I'm looking for quotes about what you say when there are no words, if that makes any sense, because
mhm.
there just aren't any words for what's going on anywhere in the world these days. And so, what do you say to that besides nothing? You know, uh, what I come to realize, I can speak in the first person, I can speak for myself, and I can't try to cure everything. I can just be present in that room, whoever I'm with, and kind, and thoughts, prayers, and we've said it before here, action. What can we do
Yeah.
by taking action to make things better? And for me here on Cape Cod, that's locally, doing what we can do locally without feeling powerless in the grand scheme of things, where the world is so big and the problems are so deep and people are so insane. Uh, I've got to keep my world kind and sane around me, and that's about all I can do.
Yeah. No, I think that's really important. And somebody in the chat said, you sing and like when you have no words. And I think we all use the language that we have, whether it's singing or dancing or, um, just sitting in silence with a loved one. We use
Painting,
the tools we
painting,
have.
sculpting, yes,
Yeah.
sharing the silence, that kind of thing,
Mhm.
whatever. Um, yeah, this is a time for lots of deep
Well,
breaths and
thank you for that
pauses.
reminder.
Yeah,
Definitely. It's also the time for spooky stuff because it's Halloween. I know you have a Halloween song for us.
that's about as spooky as I get, but I do happen to have an old song of mine that I'm dusting off. It's called Halloween, and I play this once about every 5 years, on or near October 31st. So I want to give a tip of the hat to the great late guitar player Artie Traum, who's Happy Traum's brother. Artie Traum came to our songwriting camp one year and taught a guitar course, and he taught us this fascinating little lick. Just it's a very sweet little lick, and I don't know. Sometimes the music will take you to a set of lyrics that you never anticipated, and I came up with a song called Halloween. So, with Joe's permission, I'm going to slip this one in. This is about as far away from a sing along as you could possibly get. So let me do the heavy lifting here. It's very word heavy. I put this in the category of heavy mental songs, and I fully give myself permission to make multiple mistakes trying to execute this. But my hope is that you get the story about a shy little boy growing up in Skokie, Illinois. Where you could actually go trick or treating. Are you ready for liftoff? Here goes something. Oh, in fact, on the count of three, everybody say good luck, Dave. 1, 2, 3.
Good luck,
Whew.
David.
I'll try it again. If I go slow, I mess it up. Enough of that. Halloween was my favorite holiday as a kid. I got to dress up like many people that I wanted to be. I was a pirate one year and my big sister was a princess. And we were poor, so next year we switched. Just kidding. And I was Paladin. He was played on TV by Richard Boone. I got my costume at the Walgreens in a cardboard box. It was a one-piece suit with a pistol and a holster drawn in glitter. For $1.98 you had to use your imagination. I had a crush on Amy Auerbach and Susie Gomberg in the second grade. The most popular girls at school, I didn't have a chance with them. Big feet, crooked teeth, and two-tone glasses. I had a built-in costume for Halloween every day in the second grade. Oh, yes, I did. End of October, my big revelry had rolled around fast. And Dr. Kildare was a popular show on TV that year. So my mom went out and bought a little doctor shirt, and I decided that I'd wear it to school. I'd be Ben Casey, 'cause he's the one who had the dark hair. When I showed up at school that day, all the girls were giggling, and I couldn't figure out what for till I saw Amy Auerbach. She was all dressed up like a nurse, me like a doctor. We were instantly romantically linked, and everyone was tittering. Oh, except me. I was embarrassed. I wanted to run outside and dig a big hole, or jump to China, or maybe further if I possibly could. Then Amy smiled. I think it was a Joey Romanelli. So I tossed that doctor's shirt. I traded it in for a cape. And next year I began my career as the Man of Steel. Oh my Lord.
Oh yeah, you definitely did it. That was great.
I did it. Yeah, it was a
Aw.
fun reminisce, and I sent you and Joe a picture. I didn't have my pirate and my sister's princess costume photo. I've got it here somewhere. But I did find a picture of me and my sister with the Easter bunny one year. I was considering him as a Halloween costume, but I was skeptical and I never followed through, which was probably a good thing. That's back in my hometown of Chicago.
It's so funny. Is that like were you at the mall or something?
I don't think they had malls when I was a kid. I think I was at the department store.
Ah, the department
Kind
store.
of like they lined up kids like they do for Santa Claus for the Easter Bunny, who,
Yeah.
frankly, was terrifying, if I remember correctly, you know. And Lewis Carroll was like taking medicinals to see things like that, and there it was staring me right in the face,
Mm,
you know.
never
So
the same after that.
maybe it was a good thing. Who knows?
Mm.
You know what though? I do see. I'm seeing where all these beautiful DAS people are from. I see a number of people from Silver Spring, and I get to finally say that I'm going to be live in Tacoma Park on Monday, November 13th at the School for Musical Traditions. I've got a Mid-Atlantic tour in person coming up, so I think you'll stick that into the chat. And if any of you are around Philadelphia, Richmond, Virginia, Tacoma Park, Charlottesville, Virginia, um, I think that covers a lot of it. Come out and have an experience of live music. The SMT show in Tacoma Park is going to be really fun. David Eisner has been a friend for a long time. He started the Institute of Musical Traditions, and it's going to be an intimate little gathering on a Monday night. So pass on football that night if you can, and come here so live music. I know there's a lot of crossover in this audience. Monday night
Yeah, I'm
football.
sure. That's awesome. You're doing like a East Coast tour, it looks like,
Well, I
kind
live
of
on the
thing.
East Coast, but I'm getting back out in the car and going places. I just came back from Scotland, and I'm going to Scotland and Ireland again next year. Uh, and I'm doing this little car trip that's going to take about 6 days and a couple weekends, and then going to Mexico for a couple weeks. Do a little looking around down there and maybe a little music playing too, and then off to Florida in January. I'm smarter than I look. Big live
Well,
tour down there.
yeah,
Yeah. So what else? Enough about me. What about you?
just happy to be here. Um, no, I was gonna give a extra little push for people to look in the chat, try to find you in person if they can. And
Yeah.
um,
Oh, yeah. If you're writing to me in the chat, I'm sorry, I just don't watch the chat while I'm doing these things, but I'll save the chat. And if you're asking me a question, send it to me in email at davidrothmusic@gmail.com, because I'm not following the chat here, but I do save them because I like to see what folks are talking about. If that makes sense. And I'm seeing some wild costumes here. That's awesome.
uh,
I see Seattle here too. I'm going to be out in Seattle in April again, and working on Texas, working on California, all these places. So what else have we covered everything we want to cover?
So I was going to ask if we could sing One Beautiful World again, actually.
Yeah, yeah. And now that you're experienced in Serbian and Russian, should be no trouble whatsoever. So, you guys ready? All right. One beautiful world. One beautiful world. Plants and animals, boys and girls in one beautiful world. Verse 1. Amy and Amy are here. Andrew and Andrew are too. Florence and James and Jim and Kurt and Joe and Jaden, who knew? In one beautiful world. You take it. Harmony's good too. Plants and animals, boys and girls in one beautiful world. Verse 2. Maureen, Mia, Mike, my, oh my. Sloan and David and Strong. Bringing more music to the earth, bringing more laughter and fun. Harmonize with me in one beautiful world. One beautiful world. Plants and animals, boys and girls in one beautiful world. Ah, you done. Prelepi svet. Jedan prelepi svet. Wielka dziewutynia, dzieciacy dziewojczyce. Jedan prelepi svet. Один прекрасный мир. Oh, Deb. Один прекрасный мир. Растения, животня, мальчики, девушки, один прекрасный мир. I wanna see more naps in the world. More toys, more dogs, more cats. More ostriches, more smiles on giraffes. That's all I have to say about that. Your turn on the chorus. One. How about more snacks in the world? More sharing, more food for everyone. More caring, compassion, and joy. Living in harmony and love. In one beautiful world. One beautiful world. Plants and animals, boys and girls in one beautiful world. Wielkie dziewutynia, dzieciacy dwojczyca, jeden prelepi svet. Rastlinia, dziewotnia, małciki, dziewuszki, один прекрасный мир. Plants and animals, boys and girls in one beautiful world. One beautiful world. Let's work together to make one beautiful world. Yes, we can. One beautiful world.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, David Roth.
Yeah.
Ah, really fun today. Just thanks for all the joy that you brought into the room today.
These costumes are amazing. Deborah in Kentucky? Oh my God.
I know. I saw in the chat that she is a dancing well.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha. Which is fit for Deborah because she's always dancing. Um, Thanks so much, everybody, for dressing up and showing off your costumes or just singing along. And thank you, David, for two really fun songs today. Um, and yeah, tour dates are in the chat, and email is in the chat. And anything else you want to leave us with today before we say goodbye?
No, I think, it's always a great pleasure to be with you guys. And I just can't believe this amazing program is still going and going strong. No end in sight. I am comforted to know that even though I don't come every day, that it is there.
Mm,
Just knowing that there are good-hearted people in the world, to be reminded of that in the middle of all the noise, and the noise is louder and more violent than ever, is somehow comforting and empowering at the same time. So please keep bringing me out of my bubble of privilege, and may I push forward to reach beyond that, so that we can all uh, enjoy all the great blessings that everybody I see in this screen enjoys.
mm. Thank you so much. And thank you for being part of our community too.
I couldn't be more
And
honored.
with that, I would like to say happy Halloween to everybody who's doing something Halloween. Um, and thanks for joining us. Thank you to everybody who watched on the live stream today. We'll see you next time. And thanks to everybody in the room. One more time, let's give it up for David Roth. Thank you and goodbye. Always so wonderful to have you here. Woo. Aw, thank you again. And I'm actually gonna ask Joe to step in and do goodbyes for us today.
Hello, and thank you, everybody. Jaden, thank you so much for fabulous hosting. And David Roth, again, like you take us on such a great journey. You take us through joy and you take us through thoughtfulness. And it's a lot of where we need to be right now is figuring out a way to combine those two things. So thank you. Let's all give David Roth a big hug. Thank you for being here today. Just a quick shout out. Lots of folks in the room know, but for anybody who doesn't know, we're doing a card writing project right now, writing cards for kids in hospitals. We were going to end at the end of October, but we've got lots of folks asking us to keep it going, so we're going to do it for another month. And if you don't know about it, you can check out our e-news. There's info in there. And if you have any questions, you are welcome to stay after, and I'll give a little speech about it once we're done. Folks on the live stream, if you want to join us in this room, just go to carpediemarts.org, daily antidote, and click on join us in the live room or whatever it says, virtual room. And you can find us in here for a little bit of chat time. Plus, we need to hear about everybody's costumes. So thanks, everybody, for being here. And stick around for a few minutes afterwards if you want. Jaden, again, thank you so much for great hosting. David Roth, thank you so much for great singing. Lots of love to you. David's dates and times are over there in the chat, as well as other links that lots of folks put great stuff in the chat today, so definitely check it out. All right, let's say goodbye to everybody in the live stream. Thank you, live stream, for being with us. And everybody here in the room, Bonnie in Boise, Idaho, Don and the Curly Tops in Vermont, with lots of great costuming going on over there. Clive and Ruth in Birmingham. I know I saw great costumes. You look like you're dressed up as you right now, but I know I saw something. Kathleen in Albuquerque, thank you for being here today. Deborah in Kentucky, Sarah in Texas, Kevin in DC, Susan in Tacoma Park, Maryland. Hi, Nancy. I think you might be new to us today. Glad to see you today. Mabel and Bears in Massachusetts. And that's a reminder, anybody who's new who also wants to stay, we'll find out where you're from. And if you feel like chatting, you can unmute. Athena in Brooklyn, thank you for being here today. Jim Scott, one of our song leaders, coming in from Massachusetts. Great to have you with us. Barbara, Dean, Barbara Dean, and Graham, and coming in from Massachusetts, I'm pretty sure. radio hosts they've hosted in here. Fabulous. Thanks for being here today. Susan in Ohio, thank you. Hi, Grant. Think you might be new to us today, or maybe actually I recognize you. Dan in Vienna, Virginia. Hello, and thank you for being here. Sheila in Florida, thanks so much for coming today. Kathy DeWitt, another one of our song leaders, thanks for being here today. And she's got some kind of treasure. We will highlight her in a bit. Hoda in British Columbia, thank you for being here today. Kathy in Denver, great to see you. Tom and someone in the car, nice to have both of you with us today. Thanks for joining in the singing along. Sue in Seattle, thank you for being here. Cricket in Maryland, Annette in California, Fred in Maryland, Kevin in New Hampshire, Anne in Silver Spring, Maryland, Deli in Maryland, Caroline in DC, Gary in Massachusetts, Jamie in British Columbia, Storm in Massachusetts, Aloysius also Massachusetts, Jellyfish Jane in Texas. That's her jellyfish costume. We've seen that before. It's awesome. Stick around for that. Somebody in Vermont. Oh, a cow, and I think that's Kat. Rainbow Lone Star coming in from Virginia. Lynn in Connecticut. Leah in Illinois. Lori may be new to us today. Thanks for being here. Sue in Cape Cod may be new to us today. Thanks for being here. Max and Nancy's Irish Cow in Washington State. Moon in Alexandria, Virginia. Martha in Oregon. Loriana, Kachina, and Courtney in Vermont. Midge coming in from somewhere. Molly, thank you so much. And Phil and Susan. And let's see. Oops, we got more people. Molly, Phil and Susan, Larry. And there's another curly top coming in from another screen. And Margaret. Thanks so much, everybody, for being here. Please help me wave out the live stream, folks. Ciao, ciao, guys.